Welcome to the VideoMyJob pod, where we feature industry experts, on-the-tool practitioners, and VideoMyJob customers to help you activate your employer brand strategy and EVP. Hey, it's Megs here with the latest episode of the VMJPod. Today I'm speaking with Allegra Di Norcia about how her team are incorporating the human element to their recruitment marketing strategy to build employer brand awareness using VideoMyJob. Now, Allegra is the Talent Acquisition Analyst at Skout Solutions, and Skout Solutions is a joint venture between Ventia and Randstad focused on recruitment for Ventia. And Allegra is really passionate about attracting the best talent into the engineering, environmental, and ecology fields in Australia. So here's what you can expect from my chat with her. She shares insights into how Skout Solutions has leveraged VideoMyJob to improve their employer brand, their engagement, and their reach. And she also shares the benefits and challenges of using video in talent acquisition. So if you're keen to learn how to bring the human element into your recruitment marketing strategy, then this episode's for you. Well, hi, Allegra. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being on our podcast. Well, look, without further ado, I'll just jump straight in. Can you tell us about your role and your team dynamic?
Of course. Thank you for having me. My role at Skout, my name is Allegra. My role at Skout Solutions, I am a Talent Acquisition Analyst. So Skout Solutions is actually a joint venture between Ventia and Randstad, and we are Ventia's recruitment team. So essentially, my role as a talent acquisition analyst is to assist the recruiters with the systems and processes, and essentially making sure that they are equipped to attract the best talent to Ventia. That's how I would describe the role in fancy words.
That sounds like a very busy role. How long have you guys been using VideoMyJob?
Actually, I'm pretty sure since 2021, one of the very first customers, if I'm not wrong. It's been a good fun time.
Awesome. That's good to hear. And what was the status quo prior to you using VideoMyJob? Allegra, what were you guys doing within that space?
So we were actually advertising through regular channels. We essentially were relying mostly on text and images, especially to engage on social media with candidates and potential applicants. That was our status quo, I guess.
Wow. Okay. So pretty much just images, popping it on social media, trying to get that traction. So there was no video, no big productions. It was just static images. Okay. Wow. And when VideoMyJob was implemented, what were the 2 or 3 things that you wanted to improve or achieve using the platform?
I think Ventia is a very large organization. As I mentioned previously, our focus is to make sure that we're attracting the best talent. And being such a large organization, it's easy for people to not realize how much we do. So growing Ventia's employer brand was very important for us. That was one of our main objectives. Obviously, we wanted to increase the number of applicants when we were realistically in a short candidate market. But essentially what we wanted to do was to put faces to the business and make the whole recruitment process a little more human.
That's great to hear. What has some benefits been, or what benefits have you seen since implementing VideoMyJob into your recruitment marketing strategy?
I think the employer brand recognition is what I would like to name as the first thing and what comes to mind initially. We've even received recognition from internal and external stakeholders about the material we're producing and how we're trying to portray the company culture. So it's really been the most beneficial. It's where we see the most value. At Skout specifically, we've never only focused on the number of videos. It's more about the quality and what we are trying to put out there.
That's great. And I think you touch on an important point there, because, you put videos out and, while engagement metrics are important, so is anecdotal stuff. So, the feedback that you're getting from both candidates as well as your team, and how they're using it, and how they engaging with it, just based on the feedback, as opposed to those engagement numbers. So that's good to know. And can you share the process you followed to build a business case for investing in the platform? I'm not sure if you were involved in that process yourself, Allegra, but yeah, what if you were, what was that process? What did that look like for getting a platform like VideoMyJob into your business?
Yeah, I personally wasn't involved in the rollout, at least not in that decision making. But I was already part of the organization when VideoMyJob was rolled out to the team. I think it is part of our core values, and what we're trying to do for Ventia, and to make sure that we match our how we call it, our parents' vision in staying innovative and staying ahead of the curve, and making sure that we stay creative. Like I mentioned before, Ventia operates across many industries, and it goes all the way from transport, education, oil and gas, telco. So it is pretty difficult to put us in a box and to say, oh, when you think about other brands, maybe they have a specific color, and that you associate immediately, red coals, something like that, something that is very niche. That's not what we do. We are a large organization and therefore quite diverse. So we wanted to make sure that came across, that there is no better way to do that than using video and getting our hiring managers involved, so that the company culture really shines through. I think that's been the major, the biggest point of difference.
Amazing. And look, during that implementation stage, I know it's not always easy to get the buy-in, to get people to get in front of the camera. I know that not everyone's
Yes.
not everyone's confident behind the camera. And I do recognize that there could have been some challenges that's come up. So I just wanted to ask, did you come across any adoption challenges? What were they, and how did you overcome that?
This is going to be funny, but not everyone loves the camera. Surprise. It's been a process. Actually, I have never recorded a VideoMyJob myself. So I am the biggest, it's been, I advocate for it. I get the teams excited about it. I have never been on one myself. So it's definitely not for everyone, but something that I found really works is to encourage those who are interested in giving it a go, at least. So, and you might be surprised about how a little hype can make someone feel. So, for example, when someone who wasn't super excited about recording a VMJ, I make it the biggest deal about the video they just produced, and I highlight everything they did well, and I make sure that they feel very special about the effort they just put in, all that. Actually, the part that I love the most about this process is they usually send me their video when it's all done, and then they'll send me a picture of what it took to make it happen. So sometimes we're sitting in meeting rooms, and they'll have to stack boxes to put their phones in a way that, it's at the right height, or, stuff like that. We've even posted a video on Facebook about the process of two of our Scouties who were recording a VMJ together, and all they went through, all the screw-ups they did in trying to communicate what they were trying to say. We named it A Day in the Life of a Recruiter. It was quite fun.
It sounds like you guys are getting quite creative with your content, and also it's that authenticity piece, right? Like, I love that you guys like posted the fact that it's not always going to be, perfect, or what happens behind the scenes when you are just trying to get your message across. I love that you shared that. That's so good, and I hope that resonates with a lot of people. I, for one, shooting content, I know I'm always trying to position things and putting books up and boxes and trying to get the right angles and lighting. So you're absolutely right. I also love that you touched on something important here, Allegra, is that, video isn't always for everybody, right? Like, and that is just the truth of it. But it's about finding the people who do want to be in front of the camera, or wants that sort of platform to showcase their personal brand, or talk about their role, talk about what they enjoy about their role, et cetera, et cetera. And there's so many of that within particularly a big company like yours. So even if you are going to get a few no's, that doesn't mean it's a no, right? And to really celebrate and talk people through what they're doing right when they're creating videos, or what they can improve on, et cetera. So really great. I love that.
Yeah, actually, I guess I lied before, because the fact that I said I've never recorded one myself, I've just never been on this side of the camera myself, but I've been the person that holds the camera, or that helps them be excited about being there. Recently, we also recorded a video with one of my colleagues where I'm sitting right next to her and just stopping the camera. So making it a team moment has really made a difference. It's also part of our culture at Skout. We're quite close, and we like to have fun. So we will find any excuse to spend some time together. And especially if it's not something that is someone is really excited about, at least when they partner up, it just makes it a fun moment. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like collaboration and support, isn't it? Like, you're there to support them through the process, and then it's just that collaboration piece to know that they're not alone in it all. And it's you're very, very important, I think, when you're putting yourself out there on such a big platform. Moving on to some of the wins that you're getting since incorporating VideoMyJob into your strategy, Allegra. What are some of the key metrics that you've improved since incorporating VideoMyJob that you can mention?
Yeah, I think I mentioned this before, but the brand recognition has been really important for us. Video has made a very big difference for us in engaging as well with our potential candidates, especially on social media. We've had very good success with the high volume blue collar positions. So, maybe not what most people expect, but we've had a lot of success there. It's made a big difference. So I think those are the two things that I think, visibility and engagement, and also that brand recognition have really made a difference for us.
Wow. And in terms of how that's made a difference, are you really noticing that in the quality of your applications, or is that just through anecdotal feedback in terms of what candidates are sort of saying back? What could you talk us through a little bit more about how that's kind of had an effect?
Yeah, it hasn't necessarily, or at least initially, it wasn't a straight up correlation between number of applications and clicks, but we did have much better reach. So we would see that more people would click to read our jobs. Okay. Maybe they then decided that wasn't for them. There's many factors through the application process, but we did find that we got more people looking at our jobs, which is what we want to see. Recruitment is a statistics game, and definitely that has helped.
Okay, so it's the reach that's really that's helped that it helped impact. I like that. And lastly, what does success look like for you, sort of within your team as you continue to use video and VideoMyJob within your recruitment marketing strategy, Allegra?
Yeah, I think, our whole purpose at Skout is to make sure that Ventia has the right talent to deliver very important projects. So I think it's mostly about finding talented humans to join the organization. We just want to make sure that we're attracting the people that will match the vision and the company culture. So there's nothing better to make that connection than to have that human on the other side, even if it's on video and it goes on repeat. I think that would be that such a success story.
And it's an important success story to have, because I think, being able to show what it is like to work for your company through your employees' stories. It either makes people realize that, hey, I really want to work here, or this might not be for me, in which case, it's a win-win on both counts, right? You're not having the wrong people apply, and you're also knowing that people who are applying have a really good sense of what they are to or for. Which is really good. So I like that. Allegra, thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed hearing about your VideoMyJob journey and how you're incorporating video and VideoMyJob into your recruitment marketing strategy. Thank you. Thanks so much for listening to today's episode. If you want to learn more about activating your employer brand strategy and EVP, then check out podcast.videomyjob.com for a library of industry perspectives and how-tos. Now, if you're ready to level up your activation strategy, then you need an employee story video platform, and that's what we do. Go to videomyjob.com/demo to book a walkthrough with one of our video specialists, or click on the pricing page to learn about our new 90-day pilot program. Lastly, we would love for you to help us spread the word about the VMJPod to attract new experts and practitioners to share their activation strategies. So please take a screenshot of wherever you're listening and post it on LinkedIn. Don't forget to tag us, as we're so grateful when you do that.